It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings on Thursday night primetime.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Twin Cities and US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, the home of the Vikings. Good to be in the booth with my partner Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Welcome, and Greg, this is one of those that's worthy of prime time because wide receivers love the spotlight as much as any position group in the league, and we got two guys who shine under the lights here tonight.
And I think where it's going to be really fun and get interesting to watch, Mike, is in those critical situations. The game's on the line, third down, red zone, gotta have it moments. There is no mystery. Both these sidelines, they know exactly where the ball's going, and they're just going to say, I dare you to stop them. These are two prime, elite wide receivers in the National Football League. Night game, prime time, they're looking to put on a show.
The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And off we go from Minneapolis. Cavante Turpin on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They are led out by their quarterback, Dak Prescott.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from their opening whistle.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Dak going to put it up right away. That one is caught by the rookie from Oregon. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
Going up top. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
23 yards on that pass play. 1st down, Cowboys.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Pass completed right side to Ferguson. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
To the air again, Prescott. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On 3rd down, Prescott. He's got his tight end. That's Ferguson. That's the 2nd time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And the Cowboys have a 1st and goal forthcoming. He takes this down to the 5-yard line.
You can see the confidence that this play caller has on his opening script. This is a textbook drive here to start the game. Nice job there by the back with a big gain. Sets up 1st and goal.
Now Prescott. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. He was trying to get it to C.D. Lamb. And it'll lead to a 2nd and goal.
Not only does he let the ball go through his hands, he lets 6 points slip away with that drop. I mean, everyone else does their job. The ball's on target. Listen, this is the big boy league now. The reality is, you just got to catch the ball.
And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Touchdown, Dallas. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Cowboys will take a 7-0 lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Ty Chandler now to bring it back. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They are led by the man who led Michigan to the national championship in 2023, quarterback J.J. McCarthy.
You hear people talk about it all the time, and it's especially true, Mike, for young rookie quarterbacks, is just the speed of the game. They had a lot of success in college. They were probably the best player on their team, but just everything is faster. Everything happens with a little more urgency. The quarterbacks at the young age that can make that transition the quickest, everything else then tends to slow down.
Look at play action here with McCarthy. Off he goes.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's McCarthy. That's caught left side by Hawkinson. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. That's into the hands of Aaron Jones. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Over the middle, that's the tight end Hawkinson. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Every staff in the league that understands if we have to play a rookie quarterback, regardless of their talent, regardless of how high they were drafted, the ideal situation is to fill that huddle with as many veteran players as possible. The quarterback's going to be young. He's going to make some mistakes. The more veteran, talented guys around him, the easier it is to weather those mistakes.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Opening carry of the game for Aaron Jones. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
So you're on the sideline and you're watching the other team go right down the field and score on their first drive. As a play caller, you have to be careful that it doesn't throw you out of your initial plan coming into the game. They wanted to establish some ground game here early, and that's exactly what they did.
Moore going in motion. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. They didn't fool anyone. Tried the speed, but did not get back to the line of scrimmage.
I'm thinking, Mike, they might have had a little tendency on him or been tipped off pre-snap, because it seemed to me like that defense was just ready and waiting for the jet sweep. There wasn't a whole lot he could do. He takes the loss.
Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
A tough spot here. Third and long. To throw, it's McCarthy. They'll set up the screen with Hawkinson. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
Reichard's kick is good. And the Vikings are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Reichard had the field goal a moment ago. He's back out now to kick this one away. On the return, here's Turpin. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready now for their second drive. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. Pass brought in by Ferguson. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Pistol now for Prescott. Quick throw on target to Pickens. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not. And when he throws it, catch it.
And the defense, good job sticking to their rules. They didn't take their eyes off the running back, who gains nothing.
I know it's easy from up in the booth, Mike, but I think that's one of those zone reads where the quarterback needs to pull it and keep it himself. The defense was clearly keyed on the running back. Not much room in there. No gain.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. One quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. It's the Cowboys with the early edge. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. A toss left side, caught by his running back. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's first and goal. Back to throw is Prescott. A short throw caught by Ferguson. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. Great job in coverage here. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. He decides to tuck it and turn it to a runner. They get to him quickly. Picks up a couple yards, but not enough now. Brings up third down.
Play 7 of the drive coming up, and it's third and goal. That is caught by the tight end, Jake Ferguson. Touchdown, Cowboys. Greg, I love the precision on that play. Very little time, very confined space, and they come through with the touchdown.
And it's the accuracy of the throw, Mike, that protects his receiver. Everything down here near the goal line is so condensed. You understand you're going to be thrown into tight windows, but when you trust your quarterback to protect you with the ball placement, it gives you a lot more confidence going across the middle of the field, and in this case, pays off for a touchdown.
On for the PAT is Aubrey. He knocks it through. And the Cowboys extend their advantage to 14-3. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Chandler now to return it. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to take over for their second possession. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with first and 10. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. Into the familiar hands of Justin Jefferson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
Here's first and 10. Looking to throw. McCarthy. That's caught by Jones out of the backfield. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And this will be a short pickup down to the 45. Donovan Wilson will bring him down. It is 3rd and 10. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. He's got a receiver. It's Addison. 10 yards the gain on the pitch and catch. 1st down, Minnesota.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
On 1st down, here's McCarthy. He'll get this out to his running back. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. Here's 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, and here's McCarthy. Got his man at the 6. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Now, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on 3rd and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the 1st down. If you decide to air it out, everything short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. So let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this one's blown up. It's back at the 5-yard line now.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
They'll run the toss here with Jones. And nothing develops there. It'll stay right at the 5-yard line. No gain on that one.
So on 2nd down, they try to hammer it in on the ground, Mike, but now on 3rd and goal, I don't think you have any choice but to put this ball in your quarterback's hands and test this defense through the air.
They'll look to throw for it with McCarthy. Good blocking, and he's in. J.J. McCarthy. Touchdown, Vikings.
Now, remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
On now for the extra point. Here's Will Riker. It's up and good. The Vikings are back within 4. It is 14-10. Reichert out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's Dak Prescott, and the Cowboy offense set to go again. They'll start out first down and 10. Prescott. Pass completed right side to Ferguson. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Here's a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Dak. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. Two minutes to go here till halftime. We'll have more from Minneapolis after this. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Now Prescott. He's going to run it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Now Prescott. Over the middle to his tight end, Ferguson. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Prescott now. They'll look to set up the screen here. They were not fooled on defense. Saw the screen from the start. It'll be a loss of yardage on the play.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
This pass right side caught by Lamb. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They'll throw again. Dak. He'll get this complete. It's Lamb again. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. This, about as short as you can get. Aubrey's kick is good. And the Cowboys going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. Throwing here on 1st and 10 is McCarthy. Gonna look deep, looking for more. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we reach halftime, and the visiting Cowboys are in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our halftime report. These two teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike and Greg.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half coming up. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with 1st down and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Now a 3rd and 2. They try and run for the 1st down with Jones. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking 1st down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
So on 4th down, out comes Ryan Wright to punt for Minnesota. Back deep to receive the explosive Kevontae Turpin. Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott set to take over again. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. To the outside. Catch made by Pickens. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as the tackle's made just shy of the 40.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Dak going to throw it here on first down. In the middle of the field, it's taken by C.D. Lamb. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Now Prescott going to make the read and keep it himself. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
Now a give on the ground. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
First down, Prescott. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
Just another example of poor decision-making. I mean, making a bad play even worse. There's nothing there on second down. Just throw the ball into the stands and move on to third. Now you take that sack, and it's going to take a miracle to stay on the field.
Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. A shotgun snap for Prescott. He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
On fourth down, the veteran Brian Anger onto punt for Dallas. That's going to be out of bounds, no return, and the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The Vikings offense headed back to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. From the gun, here's McCarthy. A short one taken by Hawkinson. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
Throwing on second down is McCarthy. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Cowboys have it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work first and 10. And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. Second down.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
Now a second down throw for Prescott. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
On third down, Prescott. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas. He had the touchdown run earlier. Now add a TD reception.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Now Aubrey for the extra point. He's got it. And the Cowboys move out to a 24-10 lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Chandler now to return it. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with first and 10. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. In motion, it's Jefferson. This is Jones. And he's going to lose yardage here. That's the way they'll switch ends as this 3rd quarter has come to an end. Third down and 9. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. One of his teammates there to take it back in. And he's going to take it in for the touchdown. Whoa! Have a friend in the right spot at the right time. The fumble, not a turnover, but a TD. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again?
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay, so this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now Jones, and he'll bring this inside the 30, a gain of about 4. On 2nd down, here's McCarthy. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. That's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
He was looking for Jordan Addison that time. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Moore going in motion. They run on the jet sweep. And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line.
The timing of the jet sweep is critical. If you can get the ball carrier past the end man on the line, typically there's a lot of space downfield, but give credit to the defense. They saw this one play out, they reacted quickly, and they're able to throw him down for a loss.
They'll look to throw for it with McCarthy. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Jordan Addison. Touchdown, Minnesota.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Reichert now to add the extra point. It's up and through. And the Vikings back within 7. It's 24-17. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Cowboys offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. Drive will start on the ground, and he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Fourth quarter, you find yourself protecting a one-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
In motion, Lamb. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Prescott to his main man, Lamb. CD gets the Cowboys a first down. Now they'll set up to throw. This one is complete. It's Pickens. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
A short throw caught by Ferguson. And they will finally run him down.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal. Play fake. Prescott. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Well, there's really two schools of thought, Mike. You have yourself the lead in the fourth quarter, and a lot of people just say, let's sit on it, let's play smart. Just don't give anything to the opposing team to let themselves back in the game. Well, that's exactly what they almost did here. They put the ball in the air, tried to remain aggressive, and they're lucky it didn't come back to bite them.
That's hauled in at the 2. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. George Pickens. Touchdown, Cowboys. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Aubrey now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Cowboys will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Isaiah Rodgers now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The home team's offense and J.J. McCarthy getting set for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. To throw, it's McCarthy. Toward the middle, that's caught by Moore. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd down and 3. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. That's caught downfield by Jefferson. And he will score. Game on. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings. And now they'll go with the more popular of late analytics-driven decision, down 8, going for 2. On the ground now with Jones. And he'll get into the end zone and get this one a couple of points closer.
Pretty evident that they felt the weakness of this rush defense was on the perimeter. A simple toss play gets the back out there so fast. They secure the edge, and it just becomes a foot race, and he walks in for an easy 2 points.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. On the return, here's Turpin. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. They'll stick with him again. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end. That's Ferguson. The Vikings go ahead and use their final timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win here for the visiting Cowboys. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Minneapolis.